Hi, welcome. It's Alex here, and I'm here with Gabriel, who's a member of Business Mentor Insiders for the past 4 months, I believe, right, Gabriel?
Yes.
Yeah, welcome. And what is your business do, Gabriel?
We provide web development services.
Okay. And where was your business when you joined 4 months ago? What was it like in your business when you joined? How much money was it making?
We were only making roughly around like 2 to 3K
Two to
per
three.
month.
Okay. And how much does your business make now, 4 months after you joined BMI?
Right now we're making 16K a month.
$16,000. And how much of that is profit? Because people want to know, maybe the profit is zero.
So about profit would be profits usually around $7,000 to $8,000. We
Okay.
like to reinvest back into the business, so we kind of take a cut of that.
Yeah. Okay. So a little bit less than 50% profit margin, but that's with higher reinvestment. Okay. Is it still growing, the business? Or what's been going on?
Yeah, it's actually grown phenomenally. Like from the first month to the fourth month, it's grown like I think like the first month we pulled off at least around like 10 to 14K, and then as we've been getting in more jobs and more deals and stuff, it's opened up more doors for us to um, allow more work to come in to be able to scale the business like even further. And this past month, November, was a huge one for us because we made it a huge breakthrough with some of our business partners, and that is going to ultimately help us with things like such as the marketing side of your business and being able to bring in more work from that without having to uh, pay thousands of dollars for marketing. So it's an absolute plus. Um, I think one of the things too that's really amazing that happened this month was we've ranked 58 in state of Maryland for best website design. That's actually been really bringing in a lot of people interested in our services and stuff.
When you joined BMI, what type of things did you, because you grew from 4K, I think you said, right, to the second month, after the first month of BMI, you said 10K plus, I think you said, right? Right.
Yeah.
Something like that. So what type of things did you change to get that type of rapid growth? Like, what were some changes that you implemented?
So some of the things that we changed that like propelled that growth was definitely lead generation. We started using LinkedIn, especially methods from the course, and definitely having a good scheduling system, as long as as well as building your case study portfolio. I think that's really important for building the interest for potential leads. And the sales scripts that was recently released in BMI has helped phenomenally because we don't necessarily have to have or keep like messing around with building a perfect script. It's just an all-in-one kind of interactive script, and it hits on the exact the exact points that are needed and structured to take you through a call. I think anyone who's never done sales before can easily just get on a call and use this script and actually close a deal.
Interesting. Before you were using our 7-step sales process, now you're using the script, the interactive one, right? Yeah, interesting. What else have you learned? So you've learned sales. You mentioned automation as well, or what's new with that?
Yeah, automation, particularly like with lead generation, with a little bit with Upwork, but mainly just LinkedIn. LinkedIn has been very, very profitable and very lucrative for our business. And I absolutely love using LinkedIn.
Okay, so in terms of lead gen and automation in general as well, what type of things have you changed and what type of results have you gotten because of that?
Well, in terms of results, we've gotten phenomenal results, particularly a lot of booked calls.
And
since we started.
why did the calls increase from the 2, 3K, 4K months to the 10K plus months? Why did the calls increase in terms of like did you use a new strategy or using the same strategy as you were using back when you were doing 2 to 4,000 hours?
No, we changed our strategy to using the BMI LinkedIn method strategy,
Interesting.
and that's definitely helped, like, skyrocket our business.
Did it make the sales calls easier by using that, or was there no change in the ease of sales calls by using the LinkedIn strategy?
It made it a lot easier, and people were more interested into what I had to offer them.
What else has changed in your business? I know it's only been 4 months. Probably we'll do another call when you're not doing like, what was it, 14, 16,000 now, or?
You're 16.
So when we will do another interview at like 45, I know probably you'll have more to give us in terms of things you've changed, because 4 months is not that much time. But what else have you changed in your business apart from a better strategy for lead gen, a better sales process or script in this situation? What else? Is there anything else?
Right now, those are just the two things that we've just been buckling down to get solid. We'll be definitely exploring a lot of the other methods in BMI, such as like utilizing the Upwork funnel, and been taking a look definitely at the Fiverr funnel.
Right. Oh, it's a secret. Shh. But so what type of mentorship have you received to learn some of these skills, or did you rely mostly on the documentation? How did you go about getting this stuff up and running?
So I did both. When I rejoined, I actually went through the course material again, just to refresh, and it made more sense to me because that time that I've been away, I kind of like took a break from business. I think one of the most important things that I've learned was you have to be very resourceful, and you have to actually take action and implement the processes for them to work.
That's true. You do have to make things work if they are to work. I agree with this. And okay, and what type of mentorship have you received so far? From which types of mentors?
From Lucas, from you, particularly just those two.
What
It's been
type of stuff?
like guidance as to things to do, things to change. It for my LinkedIn funnel, particularly like what to put on my LinkedIn profile, and definitely we've had discussions about some of the copy and different approaches to connect with other.
Did this take hours and days and weeks and months, or was it an efficient process where you talk to someone and then you try it and it works, or it doesn't work, you get feedback, you try it again and it works? Like, was it like a really long, laborious process, or was everything very efficient and optimized? What were your thoughts so far?
It was really fast. If I needed to find something out, I would just join the call. And I would post in the group and I would get an immediate response. I think everyone is very, very helpful, and we work, particularly as a team as far as like, helping each other out with certain questions. The coaching is, I'd say, from the calls are much more of an improvement than the last time that I joined. From previously. So I'm very satisfied with that. A lot of value in the calls.
It's more focused now, isn't there? Because I think, but people who actually just, you don't have context, but Gabriel, at a certain point he joined BMI. He gave it a go for a few months. He couldn't do business for a while, and he rejoined. And he's comparing the two times, which have like, how much time was there in between? A year and a half, right?
Yeah.
And okay, so you're implementing now, and you get better help as well, which, I mean, of course, things should be improving over time. It's normal. What else is there? So, oh yeah, but it was you said it was efficient, right? So we didn't like, drone on about bullshit you don't care about. We just went straight for what actually matters for your business. Because
Yes.
you only talked to 2 mentors. Are you planning on talking to any of the other 17 mentors or other 15 rather?
Yes. It's been so I've been so jam-packed with calls that it's been quite difficult to attend some of the calls, but I tried to attend the most important ones that are going to help me the most during
Hard to attend a lot of mentorship calls. Okay, sure, good, fine with me. Yeah,
that's something that I never thought that honestly I would say, but I'm glad that that I'm getting so many sales calls booked a week that I don't, you know what I mean, that takes precedence. But I still want to, like when I can, absolutely join the calls. Like I said, there's so much value that you get from these calls that you won't get anywhere else.
oh yeah, but like 16K, we're just getting started. We're like the trajectory is 100K plus, right? So 16K is like, oh, you have some basics like lead generation figured out. Maybe your delivery is not terrible. Sales is okay, right? So that's where we are now. This is beginner level, 16,000 hours. Because now we have a little bit of money to reinvest as well, staff, stuff like that. So that's where we're going. More automation, more scaling based on what works, of course, based on what's proven to work in your business. Right. So most of the growth still from the funnels that we focus on, or is it mostly referrals at this point, or where is most of the growth? Is it 50-50, 40-60? What is it like?
So now, since we've been kind of branching out to finding to exploring different sources of leads, it's kind of going to be LinkedIn's still going to be our number one source of leads, but having that additional, I think it would probably be like 75-25, or because we are exploring and through our through networking and our business partners and stuff, that has allowed us to open up doors to allow them to be able to bring in
25% is going to be referrals, or is referrals, you mean, or the other way around?
I'd say maybe like 5% are referrals from clients.
Okay.
But sometimes our business partners will bring us, like, send us work or send us clients, people that are interested in.
We'll help you scale that. Like referrals are easier sales calls as well, so it's more efficient, but we'll help you. Just ask me on one of the calls. I'll help you get to a higher referral rate. So you have to do less lead generation to achieve the same results, which means all lead generation is growth, right? So we'll get there as well.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah. And who do you think should join BMI, just based on your experience, extensive experience now, right? So who's doing well in BMI?
I'd say the people that should join BMI are somebody that wants to grow their business, someone that is looking to really make a change in their life financially, and not. I mean, personally, I don't want to be working for somebody else. I never have. I mean, I'm a good team player, but I like that freedom to be able to.
Look at me, I'm unemployable, and I disaster, man. Like, you don't want to do that. Anyone watching this, if I ever ask you for a job, please say no, please. You're doing me a favor and you're doing yourself a favor. But okay, but do you think you'll need a job in the future?
Absolutely not.
When did you quit your previous job? I think this year, or when?
Yep, I quit this year, beginning of summer.
Like right before you joined BMI, I guess that is. Right?
Yeah. Yep, I quit my job 2 months before I rejoined BMI. I was working for a public school system, and during the summer break, we have this extended 2 month summer like off, and I was really like getting this kind of like inner voice just kind of telling me look, you should, rejoin BMI and give this a shot. And I really listened, just kept coming up, and I just really listened to myself, and I took that shot, and I'm glad that I took that shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and oh man, costs money, man. Why do things cost money? How long did it take you to make the money back that it cost to join BMI?
Within the first month.
Oh, really? It took a whole month? Are you sure? I think it was faster, man. Are you sure it took a whole month?
I'd say it was within like the first 2 weeks.
Because
I'm just saying, like, just in general, as our monthly thing, but
no,
it was relatively. I saw results within, like, I'd say probably less than 14 days.
oh, okay. No, that makes sense. No, okay. If it took a month, it took a month. Month is not a lot of time. It's just because you said this in the first month after joining, you made like 3 times more money. That's why I was like confused. But that's, okay. But that was maybe towards the end of the month then it started being like that, or what?
Yeah, I just keep like thinking about like overall like the monthly revenue rather than just like the like per sale.
Yeah, it is a difficult question. I was like, when did you start making this much money? And it was like several months ago. I also don't fucking remember. And I was talking to you anyway, so I should be remembering this. I don't. Okay, so cool. Well, I mean, a month is still good, even if it's 2 months. You have a business at the end. So, and who shouldn't join BMI? Because not for everyone. Who shouldn't start a business like this? It's not everyone who doesn't want to have a job, right? Like, it's certainly not. So who shouldn't join BMI?
The people that shouldn't join BMI, I would say, are people that aren't going to really take action and aren't really going to put themselves out of their comfort zone to be able to grow, not only in their business but in themselves, because it does take some work, and
In
I
what
realize that.
in what way have you grown personally in the last 4 months, based on what you're saying?
I was gonna say that back when I was first in BMI about a year and a half ago, I realized that I had a lot of work to do on myself, because there was no way that I was going to um, be able to make progress without changing and working on some of these things. But definitely some of the progress that I've made within the 4 months is I've been more confident in myself in my sales calls. I've been more assertive with my clients. And I think as far as taking action, I was always very hesitant and very afraid to jump on a call, or I was afraid to, step out of my comfort zone. So that's completely changed. The drive is there, and the passion to, to create these beautiful websites for these clients, builds my portfolio. Yeah, I'd say those main 4 things. And I'm continuously growing. It's not like, there's just this, you get to a certain point, like you always got to keep keep pushing yourself and keep growing. I know there's going to be other times where I'm going to have to step out of my comfort zone, especially when COVID's over and we do like face-to-face, business meetings with other businesses. That's going to take a lot of courage.
That necessary. I mean, if you want, you can do that. For bigger clients, maybe it's worth it sometimes, especially if they pay you for the meeting. Maybe that is worth it, but we don't really encourage face-to-face meetings, COVID or not COVID. But you can, like, if it's like Coca-Cola, you're gonna meet them. They're not gonna buy anything online necessarily.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the civilian life, the working for a school, compared to owning a business?
So working for the school system, it's definitely a lot more flawed. I mean, I worked in special education, so it was definitely rewarding in that aspect to be able to work with these children and help them. to make some sort of a difference in their life. But I feel that working in business, I have a greater impact because of the fact that I'm able to, down the road, I would be able to change and make a huge impact. And
you can donate money to school. You can start a foundation of some kind, right? You can help millions of people instead of dozens of people by being a business owner in whatever field you're interested in.
Yes, exactly. And that's some of the things that I also realized too when I was like getting ready to leave. I wanted to be able to keep that in mind when doing that, so I can contribute back to society.
Sure. First contribute to yourself, so you have something to contribute, of course. But once you have something to contribute, then you can actually do something more than help a few dozen people, right? So that's kind of how I think of it. And if you want to make a $5,000 donation end of the year or something, actually do stuff like that. That helps a lot. That's like several people's salaries, for example, right?
Yeah.
But or wait a year, sell your business. Wait 2 years, sell your business. Give some of it to charity. People do that all the time. If you're into that,
absolutely.
or just employ 20 people. They also have children, right? So, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Gabriel. So what I got out of this call is also a lot of people start in business and gain some momentum from getting confidence. And how old are you, by the way?
29.
Oh, okay, 29. So a lot of people start off, they get some confidence, even if they're like late 30s. Sometimes you start a little bit early here, right? Your light just went out. And I think you can gain a lot of momentum with that. With sales calls, rapid confidence gains, right? I mean, I've had it, you've had it. So then there's a matter of pride in your work. Good medium term, kind of 6-12 month kind of motivation. But then long-term, like contribution and that type of thing, ooh, that's good long-term motivation. So I think we're looking at all three of these. So I foresee a great future. I sound like a Jedi Master, but anyway, so I'm not. Cool. Thank you for doing the interview. See you on the calls. Do make time. We can work on reducing your workload, so you're not just increasing the workload every time revenue goes up. So it is worth joining calls for that reason. Just Sabina's call. But anyway, so thank you. See you in the calls.
Absolutely.